It is Thursday. It's about 4:30 p.m. I've had a busy day. I had first of all, I didn't get up until like 11, which is not normal for me. Was it 11? I take that back. I think I got up at like 9. Daniel didn't get up till like 11. Anyway, I didn't go to sleep till like 5 though. Insomnia. In addition to, my neck has been bothering me so much lately from my car accident injuries, that when I lay on my side, like one side of my neck or the other will hurt. Sometimes it's the side I'm laying on that hurts, sometimes it's the other side that hurts. Sometimes I can turn over and then be fine because the other side doesn't hurt, but sometimes I turn over and then it just switches sides. Like last night, whichever side I laid on, the opposite side hurt. And yeah, so I ended up getting up and taking a muscle relaxer to see if that would help. It did help a little bit. It made it more of like a discomfort feeling instead of pain, so I was able to finally go to sleep. I didn't really want to I think I got up at like 9:30. For some reason I can't fucking remember today what time I got up, but I think it was like 9:30ish. Or 10, I don't fucking know. I know it was a little later than normal, but I was very zombie-ish. That's probably why I don't really remember. Oh, hang on, my doctor's calling me. BRB. Sorry about that. It was, I'm setting it up on my calendar. It was, I needed to get lab work set up. Done. Cool. So yeah, I've had a busy day. Position today. My work is contacting me about my disability leave. So my work only has my leave approved through June 2nd. Sorry, I just got this email from my work about my leave and I needed to respond. It's been a busy day. Also, it's very gloomy outside. There's not much light coming from this general direction, as you can see. I need to put a brighter... There we go. We have a little light on my face now. I find it amusing how I use Windows on my computer to light my face. So yeah, I don't know what the hell time I got up apparently. That's what I was saying. I know Daniel got up, or it was actually after 11, it was like 11:30. So, and then we had to get ready kind of fast, because I had a doctor's appointment at 1:30 and I needed to take him to work, plus we needed to put gas in the car first. Gas light was on. We had to wait till today because Daniel got paid today. And you know I haven't got my check yet, so. So we left home about like 12:30. Went and put gas in the car. Dropped him off at work. Then I went to my doctor's, had a good visit with my doctor. We're seriously gonna cut down my meds, like a lot. Like, I need to throw that away. Oh god, I'm throwing pill bottles everywhere. Oh god. Hey, need to throw that away. What are you? Oh, you, I need, you're my allergy medicine. You I need, you're for my heart. You I need, you're for my thyroid. And you I need, you're for my sanity. Yeah, so we're trying to reduce down what I'm taking. I have stopped any of the preventative medication I was on for migraines. I talked to my doctor about it, and I mean, I don't feel they're helping me at all. So why am I spending the money for them and taking them? Like, I take a lot of pills. Before I started cutting them down myself, most of my pills are taken at bedtime because, I think I've said this before, but in the morning is when I have to take my thyroid medicine, and thyroid medicine is very finicky and can interact with just about anything, which will make it not absorb as well, and then you just wasted it. So the only thing I take in the morning, well, I take my allergy medicine in the morning. So I take my thyroid, my allergy medicine, and then 1 dose of my medication for my heart, because I take that twice a day. And then at night before bed I take everything else. And there were days I was taking like 7, 8 pills at night, and I hated it. Like, I hated just going through the motions of taking that many pills, because I generally can't swallow more than 1 pill at a time unless they're like really tiny, like tiny. So I hated just going through the process of taking that many pills. And then a lot of times, you know, I'd take them right before bed and I'd go lay down and like I would start feeling nauseous. So we've greatly reduced the number of medications I'm on. I now have 5 that I take every day. And then I have 3 that are just in case. One of them is Xanax for anxiety attacks. I don't take it very often, but it is there if I need it. A muscle relaxer, which is for the pain from my car accident. Again, I don't take it very often. I did, like I said, take one last night because my neck was bothering me so much I couldn't go to sleep. And then the other one is nausea medicine, because with migraines sometimes you get nausea. So, yeah, now I just take 5 daily. I do need to add 1 more though, because he does want me, he like apologized for adding a pill back in, but he wants me to start taking, like baby aspirin, the 81 milligram, I think it is, aspirin, just because, my chances of having a stroke are actually increased because of the fact that I have chronic migraines. So he wants me to take a baby aspirin as a little sort of counter to that, I suppose, trying to reduce that risk. So, you know, I'm cool with that. It's fine with me. I don't mind taking a baby aspirin every day. I mean, they're going to be small pills because I absolutely hate large pills. So I don't mind. I don't mind adding that one back in. Like, it serves a purpose that I feel like, even though I technically don't see the purpose, it still serves a good purpose, you know? It's like insurance, you know? It's just to help protect me in case. So I don't mind doing that. So, ooh, I need to paint my nails today. I wanted to paint my nails yesterday because it was my birthday and I was like, I want to do gold sparkly nail polish, but then I forgot and never did it. I wanted to paint them before I went to dinner last night and then I didn't do it. So, anyway, Um, yeah, so I went to the doctor and we talked about all that. We talked about my neck issues because they seem to be getting worse from my car accident right now. And honestly, I don't think my chiropractor can help because I feel like it's muscle related. Um, so we talked about that a little bit, and um, he's actually going to refer me to a pain management doctor to see um, about potentially getting injections in my neck that he thinks would benefit me. Because the issue I have, let's see if I can show you. So, like right up here on the back of your skull, there's kind of like this little shelf in the back of your skull. And on each side of it, there's kind of these points. Like one on each side, left and right side. And they kind of like if you just follow the point down, it just goes straight down your neck, right? I hope you were able to see that because I couldn't look at the camera while I was doing it. Well, that little pathway starting at that point, which is actually a trigger point too, but starting at that point and kind of curving down my neck a little bit, that's where the pain is on both sides. So he does think potentially a pain management doctor could help me with that because it seems to be getting worse and it's affecting my sleep. So I have had some nights where I go to sleep not feeling it, but then I wake up feeling it. And I have tried changing pillows. I've actually changed pillows like 3 or 4 times in the last 2 years because I have so many problems having with like my neck being stiff anyway because of my migraines. But I have changed since my car accident too. So he's gonna refer me to a pain management doctor for that. I think, what else did we talk about? I talked to him about my weight a little bit because I am concerned. I am 5'2". And I have a small frame. Like my bones are small. Like look how tiny these wrists are. These wrists are tiny. Like most bracelets won't fit me. I think they've gotten a little bigger, but they used to be like 6 inches, I think. I think that's like the size of bracelet I would get. Like 6 inches. Hang on. We're still 6 inches. So my wrists are small, like my bone structure is small. I was always petite. And so I used to weigh like 110 to 115, and that was like my normal weight. I got bullied for it most of my life by kids in school, by adults, like when I was an adult, by adults, by coworkers. Skinny shaming is just as bad as fat shaming, I feel, because I've been skinny shamed a lot when I was in my like teens and early 20s. I was on multiple occasions told I looked anorexic. I was not anorexic. I've never had an eating disorder. And I would be honest if I did. I mean, I have depression and anxiety, I tell you that. Why wouldn't I tell you if I had an anxiety disorder? So, and PTSD. Told you that one too. So I got bullied a lot. And then, as soon as I started gaining weight, back in like 2002, 2003 is when it really started. And there was like 3 years in a row that I just gained like 10 pounds a year basically. And it was stress. There was a lot of stress. Like my eating habits didn't change. And I've never ate a lot. Like I always got teased for eating like a bird. I mean, what I mean about like the skinny shaming is like, To the point that the first time in my life that I ate 2 McDonald's cheeseburgers in one sitting, I was proud of myself for being able to eat more food. Because I had been shamed for so much, like for so long, by so many different people, that I was proud of the fact that I ate 2 cheeseburgers instead of one. Now, granted, I'm talking like the basic McDonald's cheeseburger. I'm not talking like a Big Mac or something. And those are pretty small, but that's not something I should have been proud of. Like, it doesn't even make sense. So when I first started gaining weight, and wasn't as skinny anymore, I immediately started getting comments about that and criticism for that. You know, people questioning if I was pregnant. It didn't look like a pregnant belly at all, because it wasn't. I've never been pregnant. You know, when did you get that pooch on your stomach? Shit like that. So, through stress, I am now up to like 155 in weight, 155 pounds, and I'm not happy about it. I'm 5'2". I would much prefer to be like 120, somewhere in there, maybe even 130. Like, I don't necessarily want to be a stick. I used to be a stick, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're healthy, and I was. There's nothing wrong with being healthy regardless of what your weight is. Like, to me, what's important is health. And people can be like a little overweight and still be healthy, and people can be skinny and be healthy, and people can be in the middle of that and be healthy. Sure, there are people that are too thin, possibly anorexic or bulimic, and therefore unhealthy. But all thin people are not unhealthy. Same thing with overweight. All overweight people are not unhealthy. It's not a fact. So, to me, the importance is health. But even then, like, you have no business commenting on someone else's health. It's not your journey, it's theirs. You know, to a point. Now, if it's somebody very close to you, like a close family member, and you're seriously concerned for them, that may be a conversation we need to have. But just like you're walking around Walmart or the mall or something, and you see somebody, and you feel the need to comment on their weight to yourself or your friend or whatever, like, you have no right to judge. So, the point is, I got off on a tangent there. It's a subject I'm pretty passionate about, because I was skinny shamed for so long. And I've noticed a lot of times when larger people are trying to be body positive about larger bodies, they tend to in the process shame skinny. And I hate that, because I've been skinny shamed, like I said. So it's personal to me. I don't get skinny shamed anymore, obviously. I'm 155 pounds on a 5'2" tiny frame. I'm not, like, really overweight, but I am a little overweight. And I do hate it. I hate it because I don't want to be unhealthy. And, you know, the more overweight a person is, it can indicate, it doesn't always, indicate more, you know, more issues with health. But it doesn't have to. And skinny people can be unhealthy, and average people can be unhealthy, so I want to make sure I stay healthy, and the biggest concern to me about my weight gain is that I don't see a reason for it other than stress. Like I said, eating habits have not changed. I have never in my life ate a ton of food. Probably the most common, I would venture to guess, reason for people being overweight is overeating. And there's a lot of reasons for overeating. It could have to do with an emotional thing. It could have to do with stress, anxiety, hormones. There's a shit ton of things that can affect that. So, but for me, that's not what it is. Like, I don't take in a lot of calories every day. I pretty much just drink water. About the only time I don't have water is if I'm like out at a restaurant, which is not frequently. It's not a thing I do. But I don't get water at restaurants because I'm picky about my water. So there's really not many changes to make in my diet. You guys already know, if you've been watching my vlogs for a little while, that I am making changes to my diet. I'm pretty much cutting out red meat to like no more than once a month. I'm still only gonna have meat like a few times a week, most likely, and it'll be like chicken or turkey. Occasionally throw some bacon in, because bacon, hello. I'm not gonna deprive myself of bacon, alright? I'm just not gonna eat it every day, and I'm not gonna eat like 20 strips of it or something, which is something I never did anyway. But so my eating habits are not really bad. I am trying to improve them, but they aren't like bad. Like, the improvements aren't gonna change much. They may assist in my health, but they're probably not going to assist in my weight, because the amount of calories really isn't changing. The amount of fat, honestly, isn't even changing that much. And same with sugar. I never ate a ton. Yeah, I have ice cream in the house sometimes. I eat eatable ice cream, but it's not a thing I do every day for 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do it that often. So I did talk to my doctor about my eating habits and how I've experienced my weight gain, and he seemed to agree that it's not food related. So we talked about what else can I do. Because if it's stress related or something like that, like I have hypothyroidism, and hypothyroidism can cause weight gain too. I am on medication for my thyroid, though. That's supposed to even it out, and it does, because I get my blood work done, every like 3 or 6 months, depending on what doctor I'm seeing at the time. But it gets checked frequently to make sure that the levels are correct. So theoretically, if the levels are corrected by the medication, I shouldn't have an issue with the weight gain. But I don't have anything to point to for the cause other than stress. So, he doesn't want to put me on any sort of like diet supplement. I don't want to be on one anyway, but it's not a good idea for me if I did want to be on one, because a lot of the side effects of it are things like jitteriness, anxiety, and heart palpitations. And anxiety and heart palpitations are things I already deal with. So it would potentially make them worse, and that's a bad idea. I don't want to be on diet supplements anyway, but we did discuss it briefly just for that reason. So what he suggested we try is increasing my thyroid dosage just a little. I should still be within normal ranges. It's not going to take me to the other side or something. And see if that will help. He actually gave me a good suggestion for walking. You guys all know, if you've been watching me very long, that I was walking every day. But the weather, coupled with my migraines, has made that difficult. And he agreed. He said, like, you don't need to be out there in that weather. I mean, it's not good weather for healthy people when it's like 90 degrees outside and sun. You know, you start sweating immediately. But he said definitely not with my migraine. So what he suggested though, and I don't know why I hadn't thought of doing this, is just go to a mall and walk for like 30 minutes. So he said try for 3 times a week, 30 minutes each time. So Daniel and I talked about it, and we decided the 2 days a week that he's off, we could go do it. And then also, he, right now, like his schedule changes all the goddamn time, okay? But right now, he usually has 1 day a week where he's like 8 to 5. So that would be like an easy day to go walk, like after he gets home and we have dinner. It's not that I need him with me to go walk in a mall, I don't. But it's that we only have 1 car, and so if I need the car for something, it complicates things. Like today, we had an issue. I told you I dropped him off at work. Well, he ended up, normally on a day like today, when he goes in at 1, he would have lunch at 4. But he got sent to lunch early today. Let me see what time it was. I know it was in the 3 o'clock hour. Hang on, I'll tell you what time, because he text messaged me. That's how I know. 3:05. So he got sent to lunch early. Well, the problem with that was I wasn't back home. Because after I left the doctor, I had a couple errands to run, and I wasn't back home yet. I was actually on my way home. But like, our home is only like 8 minutes from where Daniel works. So if he had text messaged me when I was at home, it would only take me 8 minutes to get there and 8 minutes to get him back home. So basically like 15 minutes out of his lunch would be taken up with that, right? But he'd still have like 45 minutes to eat here at home and then get back to work. But I was 20 minutes away at the time he texted me. And so I drove the 20 minutes to pick him up, of course, and then we drove the 8 minutes home. So basically half of his lunch was already gone. And he needs to leave in time to get back to work, which is like 8 minutes away. So basically he had like 15 minutes for lunch today, which sucks. That's one of those times when having 1 car makes life a little difficult. So that's why things like that are why I would prefer to not get the car from him unless I really need it. Like for today when I had to go to a doctor appointment. So that's why I don't want to go, I don't want to like take him to work where I keep the car just to go walk at a mall, when we could arrange it on a day that works better when I wouldn't have to take the car. So that's the logic there. So we're going to shoot for the 2 days he's off, and then whatever day that he has like an earlier, like an 8 a.m. schedule or something. Like this week coming up, which his work weeks start on Saturday, by the way. He has like 2 10 to 7 days, 2 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. days, and 1 8 to 5 day. So the 2 days he's off and the 8 to 5 day would be the good days to go walk. So that's our plan. That's our plan. Yeah. I think that's about it. I think I've covered just about everything. Did we cover everything that I talked about with my doctor? Exercise, changing withdrawal medicine, removing a bunch of medications, adding aspirin. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright. That's all I got for today. I haven't done shit today. Like, I haven't done my daily tarot yet, and it's 5 o'clock. Like, I pretty much started doing my vlog as soon as Daniel went back to work. I think I did a little bit, like, on Facebook stuff. But pretty much I started vlogging a little after he left. So, alright, I'm gonna let you go. I don't know if I'll record more today. I mean, Daniel is at work till 10, so it's possible. I might get bored. Well, I will see you in my next video, whether that is later today or tomorrow or what. Actually, tomorrow Daniel's off work, so I won't be vlogging tomorrow. Is he off work? Yes, he's off work. But Saturday I'll vlog, most likely, because he's 10 to 7. So, alright. I almost coughed. There's that little thing happened in my throat, and it almost made me cough. I need to get my water. I will see you later. Have a good day, have a good weekend, all of that funness.